So right now we have this Mustang Cobra in for a light paint enhancement, and this is the kind of job where you have to stay disciplined in what you're delivering to the customer, because you can lose a lot of money if you go and do what you want to do as a detailer and not what the customer is paying you to do. So on this one, it came in initially for a wash and wax. Now, I didn't get that many befores, but the condition of this vehicle, I mean, even right now, it's not good. It had a lot of swirl scratches and the paint's chipping, but aside from that, there was a layer of oxidation all on the vehicle. So no matter what wax or sealant that we apply, it's not gonna do anything because it's clogged up with that oxidation. Now the customer told us like, hey, I'm not really looking to spend that much money. I just wanted to make it look shiny. So we told the customer like, look, we're not gonna do the wash and wax just because like nothing, the appearance isn't gonna change after we do the application. But if you want, we can just do a light polish just to remove the oxidation from the paint so it can actually be shiny and glossy. And that's what we have right now. So with this kind of job, and I say like you can lose money because it's a black colored vehicle. There's oxidation, there's swirls, there's scratches. So it's so very easy to keep on doing more. It's so easy to go and do maybe a cutting phase and then, oh, I could do a bit more and oh my God, looking so good, and oh my God, it's gonna be a great before and after. And what should be a quick light polish just to remove the oxidation, you go into a two-step correction, and yes, it would look so much better by doing a proper two-step, but you're not getting paid for it, right? So we charge the customer here $300 for a light paint enhancement. So if I show you the paintwork, it's glossy, but there's still a ton of swirls and scratches in the paintwork because the main purpose of this job was just to remove the layer of oxidation from the paint so it can be glossy. So there's still a ton of imperfections in that paintwork, but it is a lot glossier because we removed the oxidation. By the way, we keep up with our customers' information or book out our schedule or send automated appointment reminders, or basically most of what we do in our business is all managed through Jobber. That's the CRM that we use to basically run our business. I've been using it now for the last 5 years. Far before they were a sponsor of Detail Groove, I was a paying customer of theirs for like 2 years. So if you want to get a free 14-day trial plus a special discount, just click the link down in the description box and give it a try. Again, if you're just getting started, you don't need a fancy software. Like you can use Google Sheets or whatever free software you want to use. But as your business grows and you need more tools and things to manage and to kind of help you streamline your operations, I recommend Jobber. Check it out down below. Now, would we like to do a two-step correction? Of course we'd like to, but the customer does not have the budget or simply just doesn't want to spend that much for that level of service. So for us, it's like, yes, like we would love to do a two-step correction. We would love to remove 80-90% of the swirl. We would love to get it to where it can really get to, right? It being a black colored vehicle, it's a Mustang Cobra, it's just a cool looking car. Like we would want to do that, but the customer's budget, for what they want, it's just like that's not our decision to make. And again, like if you have a full booked out schedule or whatever, like you have other things to do, like you just can't do whatever you want on every car if the customer's not paying you to do that. So the process that we do here, it was literally just a yellow foam pad and a one step, which is a polish and that has a polish and a protectant in it. Because again, the main goal was just to remove the oxidation so it can look glossy. Before this, the before condition was very chalky and hazy looking because of obviously the layer of oxidation. But now if you look at it from afar, like it looks pretty shiny. There's still a lot of swirls and scratches. Like the swirls are still heavily in the paintwork, but it is glossier because we removed the oxidation. Now with this kind of job, you're not gonna bring out your inspection lights and check the panel every single pass. Like that's not this kind of job, right? Because every time you check, you're gonna still see a ton of swirls and scratches in the paintwork. But the main difference is it glossier? Is it shinier, right? So with this one, we still had the light on just because I wanted to see the difference between the oxidized versus the non-oxidized side. But we're not checking our panel and saying, hey, did I remove, 60, 70, 80% of the scratches? No, because it's not that kind of job. That's why it's so important to attract the right kind of customers into your business, because if you want to do the two-step corrections, the coatings, the wet sanding, the whatever service, headlight, it doesn't matter, whatever service, right? If you want to do a correction and coating, but most of your customers don't have the budget or don't want the correction and coating, then you'll never be able to do what you really want to do because you don't have the right customers coming into your business, right? Now, if you do want to do mostly correction and coatings and you're getting customers who are willing and able and happy to pay the premium prices for those services, that's fantastic. And that's when you're able to say, yeah, look, like they're paying, you know, $1,400 for a correction coating. There's a few scratches here and there throughout the paint, throughout the vehicle. Let's go ahead and just wet sand those down and make it look better. On that kind of vehicle, on that kind of customer that's paying that kind of budget, like it makes sense to do that level of work on that one because the budget is there. Like that's that type of service. If you're getting a heavily beat up vehicle and they're not paying for a correction or polish or coating, and then you want to say, oh, there's a few scratches, I want to get them out. It's like it doesn't align with what you want to do, what the customer's expecting, and then what they're paying for, right? So you have to attract, you have to go find, you have to bring in the right kind of customers that it aligns with what you want to do. Like everyone wants to do more, but we can only do more if the customer is paying us to do that. Obviously, you can give away freebies or do more based on the customer, but like there's always situations where you can do more without necessarily charging for it, of course. But that's like the exception, not the rule. For the most part, if you want to do more, the customer has to pay for that. And again, that's not me saying like we're trying to cut corners or like, oh, we don't want to give the best results to the customer. It's like, we're only doing what the customer wants us to do, expects us to do, and is able to afford to do, right? If he said, hey, my budget is $2,000, what can we do? We're like, well, at that point, yes, we can do a correction, coating, wet sand a few spots, and it's gonna look, you know, not brand new because it's a pretty old vehicle, but it'll look like as good as we can get it. Now, if you say, hey, I have a budget of $300, what can you do? Okay, well, you know, the minimum we can do is remove the oxidation, bring out the gloss, and that's really about it. So it's not so much that we don't want to, we would love to, but again, we're doing this as a business. We just can't give away our services and time on every customer because then you'll just never make money. And what's worse is that you do all the work, you like what you do, you don't make any money, you get burnt out, and then that's not fun for anyone. So just a quick video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What would you have done differently with this vehicle, or do you do things similar to what I just said in this video? Leave a comment down below. I'll talk to you on the next one.